Hello. Period.
We did it!
Yeah.
Yay.
Sweet. I'm here
Okay.
for it. You look so tan.
Oh, God.
Me?
Yes.
Say Z. Can't help it when it's literally, I'm going to use Fahrenheit, like 100 and something today, all the time.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Sane.
It's been hot as fuck here, too. Terrible.
I believe it. Yeah, it's like 60 today, but it's been 90s all.
I kind of miss Illinois weather because I miss the rain.
Come back.
Dead ass.
We want you back.
Oh, my God.
On my
Twilight,
way.
Arizona, how are you liking the rain, girl?
Oh my God. That's what we should do a stream on.
Right? All right, and good night.
I'm down.
So can you guys see comments or no?
Mm-mm. So when you click on the bottom, like if you're on your phone, it says chat, and then it's a private chat, and it's gonna say comments. So we have people in here.
Oh,
Okay. I'm just making sure because I can see it, but I remember before I couldn't see it.
Yep. We got a couple people in here.
Covers everybody's face. Okay. Whatever.
But yes, hello everybody who is joining us tonight, even though the comments are blocking everybody. Tony's up in here. So.
I think Victoria's frozen.
Oh no!
dude, I feel like I can't even hear shit. Like, I have to get right up to my phone because I can't hear anyone.
Victoria's frozen.
She's frozen.
Oh.
This is off to a really good start. I'm sorry if y'all can see my blonde roots. They're pretty bad right now.
Hello. We're just waiting because I don't know. Should we leave and come back?
Oh,
maybe she'll come back.
Elvira, no, ma'am. You're not coming up here again.
No, Victoria didn't end. Oh, she's gone. She just texted didn't end.
Nope.
Sick of
I'm
it.
sorry, everyone. We're gonna wait for
We're
Victoria.
trying.
Gotta love technology. Yeah.
Oh.
What the hell? Like, literally 2 seconds in, my phone said, "You're done." That's enough.
No talking for you.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm back. What did I miss?
Nothing much. I said I
I
can't really
forgot
hear
how you're
anyone
frozen.
that well.
I thought it was going to end the whole thing, so thank God it just, like, kicked me out.
Good.
I see
Well-
Cody Snyder saying, "Screenshot Victoria's face. Do
I
not.
saw that.
Do not.
Do not end my career."
Do not do that. It looked like you're about to sneeze.
True that.
Story of my life.
Elvira, move your tail. Oh my god.
All right.
Damn,
Well,
right.
yes. We'll dive right in, and I guess we'll start with our usual with what did everybody watch this week?
Wait,
So,
for Letterboxd.
I'm going first? Okay.
Hey, girl.
All right. Winter, you're a bit lagged on my end. I don't know if that's just me.
Oh, no. Can you guys see me and everything okay?
I hear you okay. You're just a little, like, laggy.
Yeah, same.
Let me see.
This is a work in
This
progress.
is going so smoothly.
This is our first time.
Hopefully that helped. I turned my Wi-Fi off.
We're doing amazing.
We're doing so good.
Hey, we're doing our best. That's all.
Best stream ever.
We are doing our best, and that's
Exactly.
what matters.
We are being real. Authentic.
This is the truth. This is uncut.
Exactly.
It's just us lagging.
All right. Well, what I watched this week, I watched the 2 movies that were on the last drive-in. Pretty
Nice.
good. I really liked Housebound. I don't think me and Winter were able to watch this week, but it was good. It was actually really creepy. I was shocked. It was really effective. The jump scares were good.
Oh yeah, that
She's
was
straight
really
up-
good. I
just
like that
see-
one.
That's his like eyeball.
Yeah, I don't know what she's doing.
I can't hear.
Like,
It's like, it's a lot of times whenever I use this, for some reason with my new phone, it's like I can't hear anyone, so I keep having to like get close, and then all of a sudden, it's fucking screaming. So like I'm waiting for that to kick in because right now I keep having to get my ear up in
that's why I'm on
it.
my laptop, or else I can't hear either.
Really? I
Yeah.
don't know what it is. Like everything's turned up, and my volume works. You know, I don't fucking know.
That's wild.
But I also watched kind of halfly Jason Goes to Hell. You know, it's fun. It's whatever. And then yesterday or 2 nights ago, I watched The Bad Guys, which is like I think it's DreamWorks or it might be another company, but it's like an animated. It kind of looks like Zootopia, where like it's all like animals that you would consider bad, like a wolf, a tarantula, like a snake, and like they're bad, but they're trying to be good, and it's like a whole thing. I don't know. It's not bad. It's like a family movie.
Like a Suicide Squad of animals.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Sorry.
A good one.
Nice. Let me think. What did I watch this week? Oh, it's not really a movie, but I watched the John Wayne Gacy tapes. I watched that on Netflix, and it was very disgusting and like very detailed because they had over 60 hours of tapes that like weren't found of him like speaking and going in detail from all the murders that he caused and such, and they were very, very in depth. So it was kind of hard to kind of get through because he was very descriptive through the tapes, and I had never heard them before.
Mhm.
So it was a lot to take in. And I watched Blow for the first time. It's not a new movie, but it's with Johnny Depp, and I can't remember the other main girl. But it's based off of a true story of a El Camino. Basically about like a coke business. And it was, again, really hard to get through because, again, it's based off of a true story. The guy who Johnny was portraying to be, he's no longer alive, but it was really sad, but also like really, really good. So I recommend it. But those were my watches this week.
Nice.
I have a little fun story about that movie because I went to Goodwill and I had like some horror tapes, and I remember I had The Mummy and The Mummy Returns, and some random ass old guy was like, you know, you have 2 copies of the same movie. I was like, no, because this one's the sequel. And then it was like that awkward thing where you're like, this is the end of our conversation. But then like I was still looking around, and he was like, he pulled out that VHS for Blow. He's like, this one's like really good. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. And I didn't want to be like, no. So I grabbed it and I bought it. But then I
You
painted
should
it
watch
for
it.
like, I painted a VHS tape, my like trick or treat one. And that's the VHS, is the Blow VHS. I was like,
my
I have this
gosh.
extra one. I might as well do something with it because I felt like I was
Yes.
forced to buy that because that man was talking to me.
That's
I think you.
Go for it.
Oh, my bad. I was just gonna say, you should really watch it. It's really, really good.
It was funny whenever I saw you post, I was like, oh shit, I bet that movie is actually good. Maybe the man wasn't lying to me.
No, it's fantastic. So good. But I will say it's one of those movies you kind of have to emotionally be in the right mindset, just because of like the ending. I will say like the ending's just like a lot to take in, but otherwise it's a really good film.
Interesting.
I cannot with Destiny. I'm so sorry. It's so funny. Everyone's
I know.
Excuse me. Let me just. I'm gonna try to leave and come back and see if maybe that'll fix it.
All right. Like I said,
That's
everyone,
fine.
this is our first time on StreamYard.
That's okay. I'm gonna read some comments while we're waiting for Jesse to come back.
Mhm.
Blow rules. Blow's a great movie. The last few minutes of Blow are really sad. Agreed. Someone said, I watched California. Brad Pitt's and Juliette Lewis's characters are awesome but sad.
I love Juliette Lewis.
Period. Period.
Oh, and Brett, please put your rating or in review on Letterboxd so I can look at it. Because he watched my movie today.
I forgot I have to add you.
I was
Like,
just sitting here. I was like, "Let me in, please." I think I can hear y'all better. I think.
Testing. Can you
We'll
hear me?
test. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, Mia. I know you talk a little quieter.
Yeah,
I'm gonna need you to yell for me.
Yeah.
I can't hear.
I'll try. I always get messages after the stream that's like, "Oh, like you did good, but you're so quiet." I'm like,
Mind your business.
Don't say that.
did it.
Don't say that.
I'd rather be called quiet than loud because loud makes me like shy. I'm like, okay, I'll never talk again.
No, I feel that.
That's
If I'm ever embarrassed, like I'm over, my day is done for, I have to go home and cry.
No,
I cannot
yeah, for real.
stand the feeling of being embarrassed. Absolutely not. I will not.
I
I'll
cry.
just ignore it. I will cry. Okay. Mia, did
Oh,
you
yeah.
go for what you
No,
watched recently?
I totally forgot.
Yes.
I did watch Possessor the night after our last stream because Winter
Yes.
suggested
Did
it
you
to
love
me.
it?
I really liked it. It was really good.
Was it a mind fuck?
Yeah. It took me like at least like 30 minutes of thinking about everything to kind of like,
Yes.
you know, what actually happened just now, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then I watched
Agreed.
another one that Brett told me to watch, and that's Identity. And that one
Identity.
fucked me up
Okay.
too. That one was with John Cusack.
Okay. Nice.
That was pretty good too. Really strong movie. And then I watched The Sadness. I know you did too.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Did not
Have
watch
you
it.
watched it, Victoria?
Nope. I probably should because everyone and their mothers are watching it now.
I don't know why, but I just feel out of the four of us, Victoria's gonna be the one to fall in love with it. I don't know why. I feel like it's gonna be you to be like, "Hey, yo, this is the best movie I've seen in a while." I feel it. I feel it.
When I like
So,
a
yes,
movie,
Lauren.
like it's number one stan. Like
Yeah.
which movie
Oh,
do we
yes.
shoot up oh no, I shoot Midnight Mass up its ass. Whoever asked me, I'm like, yeah, watch it.
You
It's the
do.
best
You
only
do
show
all
up
the
there.
time. I love it though.
Dude, I've been
Midnight Mass won
grilling my
Best TV
brother to
Show
watch that.
at the Shutter Awards. Fangoria, purr. But yeah, I have to watch The Sadness because everyone's talking about it, and I do like zombies when they're done well. So
You know,
It's like
I
a
don't
new
know.
take on zombies. It's like
It's
I
more
don't
like
even know if you
it's
could
like
call
a
them
viral.
zombies. Right.
oh, viral, okay.
Yeah, it's
People
like
were
a
comparing
virus.
it to the crazies in a way because that's like they're not necessarily zombies. It's more of like an infection, I guess.
That
But
makes
this
sense.
is like the infection is like way worse. It like strips you down to your basic human instincts, which is like killing and then fucking, and that's what it is, you know? So it's a bit much in that sense, and it is really gory. I was expecting more. The way people were talking about this movie, I was like, I remember I watched this pretty early in the day because I was like, I'm just gonna start it, get it over with, and I kept like thinking like, no, I don't want to watch it because I knew there was rape scenes in it, and people said there was only one. I saw 3, so
It was like sprinkled throughout.
yeah.
There was like one really like centralized bad one. But,
Definitely,
like,
and it was
the other
bad.
ones were kind of like.
But I also felt like the movie, in a way, it was predictable, and it was predictable in like the gross ways. You see this guy, and you're like, I know this guy's going to try to do something to them later, and yeah. And so in a way, it was predictable, but in like the gross, or maybe it's just because we're like women, we're like, oh fuck.
Oh yeah,
this is not good.
Mhm.
This is not good for her
that's
because
definitely part of it, probably.
I was watching it, I was like, son of a bitch. I know it's coming later. And it
Right.
was pretty gross. I didn't watch those scenes. Mainly the third one is the worst one, and that's towards later, at the end of the movie. I did not watch that. The other 2 were just so fast. I was like, is that what just, oh, okay. But this one, I was like, no, thank you. Don't need to see it because it's pretty fucked up. But then I don't know. I was expecting more from it gore-wise, even though it is very gory. Do not get me wrong. But maybe it was just all the hype. I was let down. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. And like the more I think about it, the more it keeps dropping, because like for me, besides the gore, there wasn't really anything to it. There wasn't really crazy action scenes for me. Like, I don't know. There was just like, okay. And the ending, I didn't like the ending because it was over. And I was like, oh.
That was it.
That was the
One
movie.
thing, oh, my bad. One thing I wanted to remark on what you said was, like it was kind of like easy to figure out, is that is kind of like my biggest complaint with Shudder exclusives. And maybe I'm the only one, but I just feel like every film as of late, it's just so easy to piece the film together. And I feel like for their exclusives, like besides like the one with Barbara Crampton, I can't think of the
Jacob's
name of it.
Wife?
That one, and what is the other one that she's
Superhost?
Superhost.
Yes. Those are like Jacob's Wife and that one are like my like holy grails for Shudder exclusives like ever.
Dark
But
and the
again,
Wicked is really good too. I think it's
Yeah.
Shudder and Netflix, but that one's really good.
Definitely. I don't know. I just feel like their films are just so easy to figure out, and I don't know what it is. Like, I'm not saying they're like dedicated like long to make films, kind of like ones like we would go see in the movies, but I feel like I want Shudder exclusives to get more love, but they're just kind of like, I could figure this out in like 5 minutes. And then it ends up being a hit or a miss, that kind of thing. But
I think the sadness, I remember somebody posting about it last year, and he was asking, like, oh, where can I stream this? Because it only came out in whatever country it was made in. And I scoured the internet, and I could not find it anywhere. And I guess, like, Shudder kind of snatched that shit up, but it took, like, I want to say almost over a year to actually be able to stream in the US.
I want to add this comment quickly. I want to see if this works, because this is a good point.
Oh, yep.
That Haunt, I didn't realize for the longest time that Haunt was Shudder original. I love that movie. That movie's really good. This is a great point.
Agreed.
Haunt is fantastic.
Another movie also that I realized we didn't talk about, that I forget who said they saw it, and it's so forgettable, and that's why I forgot. I feel like everyone can guess what I'm going to say. It's Firestarter. Who saw it?
Yeah. I watched it today at work, actually. I was like AirPods, and I was just zooming into it. And I haven't seen the original. I kind of wanted to watch the remake first, just because, like, I've seen so many reviews for it saying it's just terrible. So I was like, I'm going to start with the remake. That way, if this is bad, the original will hopefully, be better for me. So, yeah, it was just kind of boring. It was just there. I liked it a little bit more than I think most people did, which it was like, I gave it a 2 out of 5. So still not fantastic or anything. But, like, I thought the little girl, I thought she was good. I actually thought, like, the fire effects looked pretty good. I was worried it would look super cheap, and I didn't think it really looked that bad. So that was pretty cool. But again, I felt like the movie just ended, and I was like,
yeah, that's when you said that about
what?
sadness. That's what made me think of it again. Is like it just kind of ended.
It just ended, and I was kind of confused at the end as to, like, so what happens next? Like, what's going on now? So what? The score, was great, even though I did message y'all earlier, watching it, and I can't remember what the track is called now. Someone
Vicky something.
Yeah, it has to do with Vicky. Someone
Vicky's Rain
attacks Vicky or something like that.
Yeah.
It sounds just like the shape hunts Allison. It sounds just like that. And I even made my boyfriend listen to it. I was like, listen to this one. Okay, now listen to this one. And there's times at work I would close my eyes and just listen to the music and be like, you can't tell me I'm not watching Halloween right now, because it just sounds so similar.
I kept asking Tony, I'm like, okay, do all John Carpenter's scores sound like this? Because this one specifically, I was like, this is Halloween. Like, I'm watching Halloween right now. Like you said, if you close your eyes.
It sounds just like it. Because it was like, and that part is like the being, and it's like jumping like back and forth. And then you have like it's like that loud noise when Allison sees Michael and Oscar. And it's like that guitar, it had the similar effect to it, how it was like light, 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 dark, light. And I was just like, interesting. And I think there were more. I think it was once it hit, I would say maybe the middle towards the end for me is where it really sounded like Halloween. I listened to a couple of the earlier ones before that track, and I was like, this one didn't really sound like it at all. But I think as you keep going, it's like, oh, all right, it's still great, but I don't know. It's just kind of like, oh, all right.
The stars were probably for the score and Zac Efron, honestly, because I like Zac Efron as an actor. I think he did his best, but I felt like they were like
Me too.
super undeveloped. They didn't feel like father and daughter. I just like didn't care.
It blows me. I'm more mad about his character just because of like he got such a dry ass role in my opinion, and I'm like, okay, Zac Efron comes into like a remake for a horror film, so like I was like really excited for that, and it just felt mediocre. Like I don't know, that's just me, and I love him. And Tony actually I wanted to bring up a tweet that he put, and this isn't really horror related, but of him wanting to enter in the MCU universe, and I'm gonna be the one to say I would like to see that man's in Marvel.
Yep, everyone needs the Disney money again.
Get off me.
I agree. He would be good there. I feel like he has so much potential, and he's done some good movies. Firestarter was just not it.
No, it really, for like Firestarter, it truly, which Victoria, did you say you saw the Pet Sematary remake or no?
Yeah, I saw it.
You did. It reminds me so much of the Pet Sematary remake, in my opinion, just because I felt like that movie, it had no soul to it. I felt like it was just lifeless, and this is what this movie reminds me of. Which I know for Pet Sematary, it's because they're running out of time with the rights, so they hurried up and pushed out a fucking movie, and I feel like it shows. And I feel like it's almost the same for this. I don't know if there's anything with the rights or whatnot, but it just felt like there's like, fuck, let's make this movie tomorrow. And they're like, okay, we'll do that then. So I don't know. It was just so, and like I'm trying to remember what happened, and I'm just like, I don't know. I can't remember what happened.
There's a whole sequence that's not really a spoiler, but you know, obviously this little girl has powers, and the big thing is that she was born with it instead of, you know, it was given to her. And there's a whole sequence near the end where she's kind of going through killing people, and it's just, there's like no dialogue for like the last 10 minutes, if I remember correctly. It's just her doing stuff, her killing people, and it's like, all right, okay, good for you, I guess, but bye.
What's that one movie? It came out probably not that long ago. It was a little boy. It sounds a lot
Brightburn.
Yeah.
Brightburn. Yep. I was just about to say when Victoria was done, it gave me Brightburn vibes.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you bringing that up because that's exactly what I was about to say.
I watched that movie twice. And I really didn't like it that much.
Me neither. It was just like, again,
the kid was annoying as fuck to me. If the kid is annoying, throw the whole movie away. I don't even care.
It was just funny the way you said it. You're like, I watched it twice. I didn't like it that much. I was expecting that you were going to like it.
I tried so hard.
I haven't seen it. I saw the kill count for it, but I didn't watch the movie.
I'm like, yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
10-minute
I've seen 20 minutes of it. It's one of those, I'm like, I'll probably get to it eventually, but it's nowhere near. Especially after watching The Boys. Like, I've already seen bad superheroes, and I've seen it done really well. So, season 3 comes out. If y'all haven't watched it, y'all should watch it. I'm trying to get my mom to watch it, and she only watched the first episode.
She's like, I'm good.
Literally, she sent me, she's like, hey, you should watch Candy. I was like, did you watch The Boys? And she's like, no. I was like, Angela, I told you to watch it.
No.
Angela, no.
My brother bugs me like every day to watch that, and I'm like, I'll fucking watch it if you watch Midnight Mass.
Period.
He likes horror. I'm like, you would love it. Please watch it.
I'll watch Midnight Mass if you watch it.
You still haven't watched Midnight Mass, Des? Oh my gosh.
No, because I still haven't watched Blind Manor.
I'm highlighting this quickly, just Brett's comment. This is true. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to us if you're not already. I'm assuming most people are because, you know, we did tweet it everywhere. But just in case you're not,
Yes.
Just in
This is
case.
it. But yeah, Midnight Mass. I will literally blow smoke up its ass until it's never talked about again. Like, I will be on my grave saying, "Did y'all watch Midnight Mass?"
Just
Like,
rise up real
I'm
quick.
so sad to say I didn't like it, but
Oh,
I think
yeah,
it
you said
deserves
that.
its hype. But listen to me. But I think it deserves its hype.
Yeah.
But I think I can't get
It's
into
heavy.
it because I have religious trauma.
Right.
I think that's why I can't get into it. But I'm not against it. I firmly believe it deserves its hype. It's
It's
different.
really heavy.
It's
It's really
unique.
part of it.
Yeah.
It gets you when they put out there to make you uncomfortable, a bitch was uncomfortable. But I don't think it was shit. I just couldn't attach myself to it. It's the best thing. But I don't think it's a garbage series. And I still like I'm with you. Like everybody should check it out. But it makes me sad because like I get its hype and I'm not against it. Like so I'm with you there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Mhm.
I come from a Catholic family, so like watching that,
thank you.
I'm
Yep.
like, wow. Like
Wow.
Uh-huh.
it's very accurate, and I'm like,
Yep.
it's shit that's not talked about. So I could totally see it making people uncomfortable that went through those
Yeah.
experiences, because that's hard to like relive on TV. So
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm with you on the Catholic. I was raised that way too as well, and I couldn't get through it. I just felt like icky. But I think again, like you were saying, like you put it in a different perspective because if something's happening too, it's like okay, you can develop your own trauma, but watching it kind of come to life, I
Mhm.
think that's where it's getting its praise in a good way, not in a bad way. But I think a lot of people like coming from like certain backgrounds and seeing it kind of come to life, I think might have helped a lot of people and kind of like enjoyed it. So I think that might have definitely helped its hype.
mhm.
Oh, I watched a pretty big one for the real first time
Mhm.
because, there's just movies that because they are so popular and they are so like drenched in pop culture, it's like you've seen it without seeing it. For me, it was The Exorcist. I've
Yep.
seen a lot of those
Bitch!
scenes. I finally
Yes!
watched it from start to finish because I
Ah,
was kind of embarrassed that I've never seen it. So I
don't
finally,
be.
I
I
just
have
watched
people
it.
who embarrass you for it too. Like in general, it's like, okay, sorry, I wasn't born. Like we were saying, sorry, I wasn't born before 1980.
Literally,
What
and
do you
it's
like me
like,
to do?
it's not that like, oh my god, what is this movie? It's like, no, I fucking know what it is. I know exactly how the movie plays out. I've seen all the crazy scenes. I know.
Yeah.
But I finally watched it. For me, another one was Psycho, which I just
I've seen
watched.
Psycho.
I have
I
not
think I
watched
watched it like 2 years ago for the first time. I've seen the book. I've read the book. And it's one of those, just because you've seen it referenced so much in pop culture and it's so popular, like those scenes in Psycho are so popular, it's
Yeah.
kind of like inevitable. Like, even though you haven't seen the movie, you get it. Like, you understand. And personally, like, I didn't really like Psycho that much. And when I say that, people are like, I'm like, I'm sorry. I think it's boring. I think it's pretty boring.
It's a slow burn. It's a very big slow burn, and it takes like a while for it to develop to its like, oh my god moments. So
Mhm.
I feel you there. I actually saw it in the theaters last year, and even then, like, even though it was like a different crowd, I'm like, this really. I love Psycho, but it's just such a dragged out slow burn. But I will ask you. I'm assuming you have not seen Bates Motel then.
I watched some of Bates Motel. I did not finish it. I think I watched a good portion. No, the last thing I remember is whenever the brother, they find out he's growing weed. He has like a weed farm or whatever. Like,
Right.
that's like the last sort of moment in the show that I remember. But I had watched some of that before. But I watched that after I read Psycho.
Okay.
So I was
okay.
like I knew what was, coming, I guess, later on.
Yeah.
But I watched it mainly because of the main star and for Vera Farmiga. For those two, that's the reason why I really wanted to watch it, because I liked
Absolutely.
them.
I really like Bates Motel, but I still haven't
Same.
seen Psycho. I do need to see it, but I also feel the same about, like, the way you feel about Psycho. I feel that way about Rosemary's Baby.
I have not
felt
seen
like
that one.
it was pretty, like, lackluster until, like, the last 10-15 minutes for me. And I was just kind of like, that's it.
I feel like I'm not alone for a second. I don't get the hype on that film.
I don't
And a
either.
lot
We
of
own the Criterion, but I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. I say try it.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll probably watch it
honestly
just
try
because,
it.
you know, all these movies are like iconic. But
That's
you know,
how I feel. Like, I want to watch it, and I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix. I know it
Yeah, I think
was there
so.
for a while. I think it still is. But again, it's like, even though I haven't seen the movie, I know how it plays out. You know,
Yep.
like, I know
Right.
what happens in the movie. And I
Mhm.
know, like, what happened to its eyes or whatever. Like,
that was me with Jaws. I only saw Jaws for the first time last year. But I was like, I feel
Oh,
like I know Jaws.
Really? I love
feel
that
like
for
you're.
you.
I feel like you're like a Jaws stan. I don't know. I get it. I just see it for you.
I like how I took shit for years on killer flicks. You haven't seen Jaws, and it didn't change my mind. I was like, nope.
no.
Story. Didn't see it.
No, when people do that, it's like, I won't watch this because of you.
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
hope you know
spite
that.
I will be petty. I will not watch the movie.
Literally, that's like, I get so bad about that. I'm like, oh, it's a big deal, huh? Well, I will never watch
Well,
it.
I don't care.
Just because
Not in my world.
it gets under my skin. It's like those little remarks. People could call me a stupid bitch. I'd be like, cheers. But when someone says something snarky, I'm like, you want to fucking go?
I
That's
will
fighting
go
words.
so far.
I don't know why. It pissed. Earlier, someone said that I needed to charge my phone because I took a screenshot and my phone was dying.
Bruh.
That pissed me off. I was like, mind your fucking business. I'll charge it when I want to. I'll let it die.
Yeah, I will let this shit die and never charge it again now.
You think I care?
Right?
I don't know why. I think I have issues. I think I have
Me
anger issues. I think that's what it is.
and my undiagnosed mental illnesses.
Literally, I'm like, I will burn everything because you told me to charge my phone.
That's how I feel.
Oh, like you, I did watch Housebound for the first time. Really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really
Good.
cool haunted house movie. It was a
I
lot
like
of fun. And then I watched Death by Temptation, which was shown not like last Friday, but the Friday before that on the last drive-in. That's the one where I got really drunk, so I passed out. So I'm trying to like catch up on the episode or like the episodes I missed. So I watched that movie, which that was a lot of fun too. I really liked it. It's very much like on theme tonight because it's really similar to like Jennifer's Body in a way because she's like a succubus, and it was really cool to see another succubus movie. So that one was a lot of fun. And Doctor Sleep. I watched Doctor Sleep for the first time. It was so good. I'm gonna buy it again because so I was watching it and I was like 40 minutes in, and then I look up because I like looked at my phone for a second. I look up and I'm seeing a scene I've already seen, and I was just like, oh, maybe they're doing like a replay. That's kind of weird because it's like shot for shot. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I was like, okay. And then I realized like I was behind, and I was like, weird. So I went to go fast forward it. It was like I was stuck on the scene. It would not let me leave the scene. I tried to fast forward it. I would get to 40 minutes, take me right back to 29 fucking minutes. So
You're like, we don't like this movie.
no, it's like, you can't finish it. I don't care. And I was like, I still have fucking like 2 hours left of this movie right now. So I ended up having to watch the rest on my fucking phone because my DVD which I did get it from Goodwill, like right after the movie like was released, and I was like, fuck yeah, $2, bitches. And then it didn't
This is
work.
why.
I was like, that makes sense. So Dr. Sleep was fantastic. I
have to ask you, what did you feel when it got to that stair scene?
see, like, I loved all of it, like everything up until like all of a sudden I feel like someone goes out way too easily.
Yep.
And it should have been like crazy. It should have been, which it still was when you're seeing it, but it happened so fast, And I was like, damn, I really wanted to see this person die a worse death because they deserve it. And it just happened so fast. But like, I know because there are a lot of callbacks to The Shining once you hit that like last scene. And I know like some people found it kind of annoying. I didn't. I was like all there for it. I love seeing all the weird shit again. I thought it was so cool. So it was really good. I just wish that part was definitely more gruesome. I was like, I need more. This person deserves so much worse than you're dead.
Definitely.
I rarely say this, but I think the movie should have been a little shorter.
I agree with you with that.
See, I only watched the theatrical cut because that's all I had, and that's all that was streaming. I'm like the opposite. I'm like, I will watch so much more of this movie because the director's cut's like 30 minutes longer, and like I'm fully prepared to take another like 3 hours of my time to like rewatch this movie. So
Sure.
you should definitely watch it, Victoria, when you get the chance. Maybe do a double feature. It would be a long ass fucking day, but
listen to me. I did it, and I don't regret it. Do it. Do literally, my brain felt like I was on a fucking acid trip.
I'm gonna do it.
Like doing like a double feature because like everything. I just think it bringing it together that way. I say do it. I'm totally for it. I did it, and I don't regret it.
I'm gonna do it. That's what don't watch it. I feel like now.
Yeah,
I keep forgetting.
When it gets like cold here again, when it gets cold, that's when I think I want to do it. Just because like I hate watching.
You already know.
What'd you say?
I said you already know.
Oh yeah. When it hits, 40 degrees outside, and I can just sit there, just because like watching movies that are like snowy setting whenever I'm sweating my ass off here in Texas, it fucks up my brain. Like I watched Gremlins for the first time during summer, and I was like, I'm not okay. Like it really fucked me up because I was like, I should be cold, and it was just so hot. So, gotta wait till it's cold.
All right. So should we get to the Megan Fox movies after 40 minutes?
Yeah.
We should start like not having topics for these and just get on and talk. Because that's
honestly,
what ends up
I think people would just be like, I'm there for it. It's just fun to talk.
Right? You're just watching us hang out pretty much.
Yeah, I kind of forget we're live. Kill time. Megan Fox movies.
Yes, we are going to discuss Jennifer's Body and Till Death.
Yes.
Yeah. What y'all want to start with first?
Jennifer's Body, probably.
I was going to say, same thing.
Chronological order.
All right. Yeah. Let's hit it.
All right. What is first we should start with? What do we rate it?
Oh, fuck. We're supposed to wear pink. I just remembered.
Oh, shit. Me too.
Winter showed up. She got it.
She was ready.
Winter. Oops. As soon as you said it, I was like, fuck. I think I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 because this is my second all-time favorite horror movie. I love it so much.
5 out of 5 for me.
I'd say probably 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm probably sitting at a 4. I have to rewatch it in full again. I've seen Jennifer's Body, but it's been a while, so I'm going to fully expose myself. I watched a summer on YouTube before this. Just to catch up with it again.
You know what?
But I have seen it.
It's not a bad thing because I feel like with Jennifer's Body, when you really take time to, like, not watch it for a while, you come back, it's just nostalgic.
Yeah.
Like, I love taking, like, breaks on watching it and then watching it again. That's how I am with the movie Disturbia. That is, like, one of my favorite films. But when I watch it, like, once a year, all the nostalgia and all the feels of that for that film comes back. And that's how I feel with Jennifer's Body.
Yeah.
Yes, I feel that. I try not to watch it too much, and I'm trying to do that. Well, I'm just trying to watch, like, a lot of new movies this year. I'm trying not to rewatch so many movies.
Yeah.
And Jennifer's Body is one of them, because I feel like for a while I would just watch it constantly. And I feel like if you do that, it starts to lose its charm a little bit just because you've seen it so much. So I'm trying to, like, wait a little bit. So I haven't seen it in probably, like, I want to say, like, probably 6 months. It's been a good while. But
yeah,
I fucking love it. I love it. It's one of those things that's, like, now it's, like, super popular.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to gatekeep. I'm like, oh, Okay,
You go
everyone could love it.
Yeah.
That's cool. But, you know, some of us were there since the beginning.
This is everyone talking to us about like Jaws and shit.
No, literally.
There.
Were you there?
Yeah, I grew up on 80s.
Didn't.
Didn't.
You
I
knew
grew
you
up on
knew here?
Jennifer's Body.
I grew up on Jennifer's Body. What's up? It's one of those movies that like I genuinely had no fucking idea that it was hated at all. Mainly because I would have been like 11 when the movie came out. I wasn't really up on the internet like that. We didn't have a computer, so I was just not on the internet. And then as I've gotten older, and I kind of like once I joined, you know, like the horror groups and stuff, and I kind of got into reading about horror and stuff like that, that's when I realized how like it was so shit on. And I was really like, I was upset by that because I was like, wow, like I get if you don't like the movie, but like death threats to Megan Fox.
People
What
didn't like
the
her for a long time because of Michael Bay, I think, because she wasn't in the Transformers anymore because of, you know, I forget why exactly.
Correct.
But she's like, that's like you watch the movie and it's like, damn, I want to look like Megan Fox.
Yes,
Like,
I always wanted to look like her. I was like, damn, she is so hot. And I remember in elementary school, like guys would always talk about Megan Fox. Like I remember someone had a magazine and she was in it and they're like, she's so hot. I'm like, she really is. It's like she is hot. I know.
Even now, I don't care about any work she's had done. I don't care who has work done. Like, it doesn't matter to me when
No,
people
it's,
things like that. It's like, who cares?
that pisses me off. They fucking like, oh my god, you could tell she had plastic surgery. Fuck. So
So,
if you had the money, I'm sure you fucking would too. So sit down.
Everybody
pisses me
always
off.
has something to complain about. Always, it's like just let people do their thing. It's fine. I will continue to question my sexuality when I look at her in peace.
in peace.
Like
the gore is oh my god, the gore is pretty good.
so good,
Really
so
cool.
good. Yes,
It is.
yes.
The
And
scene.
Go. Go for it. Who said the scene?
Oh, I don't know. I said something to me, or Winter said something, so I was gonna let her talk.
Oh no, you're good.
The scene whenever she kills Colin, the scene, and you don't, which I posted like on Twitter, and it's like a scene from Death by Temptation. It's really similar to that scene because in that, it's like the curtain to her bed. She has like one of those like drapey beds with all the stuff around it. And it's kind of the same way she's killing someone, but it's all you see is her like killing him through her shadow. And it reminded me so much of that scene in Jennifer's Body whenever she's killing him, but all you see is her body outline, which I know she was like 97 pounds in this movie. That scene, she is tiny. She is so thin, but I think she looks fucking great. I don't care. I think she looks amazing. And you know, there's actually a part, and it made me feel like kind of good about myself. She's wearing this one outfit, and she kind of has like a little bit of like skin hanging over her pants, and it's something so small, but I'm like, that's just for me. I'm like, oh, I can have it too, and it's like it's fine. You have like those little things you hate, but then when you see someone else, like Rihanna had back knee, and I was like,
me too, Rihanna.
It's one of those things. It's like just natural things, and I just whenever I notice it, it just kind of makes me feel happy. It's like, look, even though she's fucking amazing, look at her. Like she's still human. She's still a normal person. I don't know. It just makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
No, I agree.
Absolutely.
What I like too about this one is like when she's like gonna kill somebody and her mouth kind of opens. I like that. Like sometimes that can look bad. Like CGI doesn't always go great, but I feel like it looks cool.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
They
Like
did a great job
for when it came out, especially. Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't think it looks bad at all, especially whenever she's killing Chip, and it's like that iconic scene when she like, looks over at Needy.
Yeah.
And that's when she's like fully possessed, because I know they kept going like digital and practical. Like you see the pictures of Megan Fox with like the prosthetic thingy in her mouth, like all the teeth, which I think it looks fantastic. So I'm glad that they did practical and digital and kind of combined them together, because I think if it's all digital, that's when I think it can look a little bit silly. But just like they have practical at least there to like overlay that, so I think that looks really nice. And I just love that scene. I love that whole pool scene.
I was gonna say that, yeah.
I think it's amazing. I've
The
listened
set's insane. Like, it looks so good. The set is really well done.
It is so good. It looks so nasty and like grimy and dirty and like swampy in that water. And the way they're going back and forth, I've heard complaints that they feel like the finale isn't as like climactic as it could have been. But for me, whenever they're kind of like having that cat fight, it just reminds me of me and my friends arguing, you know?
Yeah.
Usually when we fight, we're not like going at each other. It's more of like words. We're like fighting with our words, and that's what it reminded me of. So like I don't mind that it's not this huge like showdown between them. It's just arguing, and then what happens later in her room. Like it's nothing. They're not fucking pulling each other's hair out, you know, pulling earrings or anything like that. But I think it's what works for these characters.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I think that's what makes it such like a female grab of like a comfort film, because it's like it's gruesome, it's sexual, and then it's, you know, the play fighting kind of thing. I think it's just like such like a fun vibe and such like a high school kind of like nostalgic vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't get a take for it, because when I think of Jennifer's Body, I feel comfort. Like, as weird as that is, because it reminds me of being in high school. I've been out of high school for fucking 6 years now, and I'm just like, do I miss it? No, but the vibes are there. I'm gonna pretend I loved it because of that movie.
Yes, definitely. And I think that like listening to like interviews and stuff about like them talking about the characters and whatnot, it's just like you can read so much more into the movie than like whenever I watched it as a kid. I was like, oh, meh. But like as I've gotten older, it's like, oh wow, like you can really relate to these characters. Like I'm sure we've had friends that aren't that great of friends, but you still try to please them, of course. And like that's exactly what's happening. Or like there's scenes where it's like, does Needy actually want to be with Jennifer? Because I think that's there too. There's plenty, like the scene when she's like holding her hand in the bar, but Jennifer's so like fixed on this band, and Needy like looks at her and like drops her hand.
Yeah.
It like there's something in there that I think, again, I feel like girls can relate to that, because I don't know. I don't think everyone is straight.
I've been there.
I think there's like with like girl friendships, I feel like there is at least a little bit of like tension there. And I think that's just like human nature. And so this movie really like shows that. I'm like, wow, like they really went for it. And I know that the makeout scene, guys of course love it. But for me, it's like, I think they're just curious. I know Jennifer's kind of, you know, toying with her, but still, I think it is just like a curious sort of thing. And that's why Needy kisses her back.
Well, I think too, like a lot of girl friendships, like think of that, like, I don't know about you guys with your friends. I mean, it's probably the same, but like some of the stuff I would do with my friends, it's like being in a relationship in terms of like, you do everything together. You like, you're not scared to change in front of each other. Things like that. Like you pee, like I pee in front of my friends sometimes. It's like, it's like normal stuff. Like, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but like, it's just like, how can you not?
It's a comfortable feeling.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like I feel that 100%, because like I pretty much tell my boyfriend like everything. Like I don't really care, but like my best friend, everything, completely everything, no filter, nothing, don't care. And it's just because she's my best friend. She's seen me at my worst and my best, and so like I think that bond is just, it's there. And like you're saying, it is like a relationship. You spend so much time with this person. Like I've known my best friend since I was in middle school, 7th grade, till now. Like I've known her longer than my boyfriend. So it's like she's been there so long. So there's it's just there. It's just a thing. And it's cool hearing them talk about that, because like it's something I never realized until I got older. I'm like, you know, that like I feel like that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Jennifer's Body really does a good job of it in like a subtle way that like you'll pick up on, but it's not like in your face, like, oh my God, they're lesbians or something like that.
Yeah.
No, it's just like those little things. You're like, oh, like she loves her. Like he loves her, and it's just sad.
Yeah.
I think like also that the bedroom scene between them, it comes from like it's showing that Jennifer has like a newfound confidence, and it's like she's confident enough to be comfortable with herself to try things like that. Mm-hmm. So she's like not embarrassed to be like, I want to try kissing a girl because like, you know, I'm hot shit now, you know, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, explain it, but
definitely,
yeah, it's definitely like the confidence thing, because she has like, she's like on crack with the confidence.
On crack.
Yes.
Definitely.
She's like, I am like a god. Like, I'm the hottest creature alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. It's just so good. It's so good. And also, when people say that Megan Fox can't act, watch the sacrifice scene.
Everyone
You're going to tell me, like, that's not believable when she's, like, sobbing, like, begging them not to kill her? Like, that's so sad.
Yeah.
And, like, you're going to tell me that's not good acting? Like, it could make me cry because she's fucking selling the shit out of it. And people,
I don't know.
like,
right.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm so sorry. No, you're all good. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't
I'll
mean to
just
cut
say,
you off.
like, she plays the character perfectly. And I feel like people look at that and be like, she's a bad actor. It reminds me of Kristen Stewart in Twilight.
Yep.
They look at that and be like, she's a terrible actress. Like, no, she's playing the part. Like, that's her part. And I feel like it's the same thing for Megan Fox. Like, she's not a bad actress. She's not just this hot girl who doesn't know anything, you know, like, she is playing this part perfectly. And y'all just read it, just be like, oh, she's just this hot girl. Like, no, there's more to that.
More.
There's
I
more.
think they also like picked a good person for that role, because she is like a very like preppy, like, you know, like hot chick, you know, and that's what her role is. She is nice in the movie, like at first, but like at the end of the day, she's like a popular, cute girl, and like that kind of it fits her.
Definitely.
I don't know. And also too, like, I'm not saying like in like a mean term, but I feel like Megan is like herself in that role, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like she's literally portraying herself. And I also feel like this film only started getting hate more recently. That's just me, because I feel like it wasn't this hated and this talked about until as time went on. And obviously, you know, regarding, I'm not going to backlash regarding her partner, I feel like that's a big tie, but I'm sorry, but I'm going to be the one to tell you it does not matter who that person's with. She was good with what she did, and I feel like people are just kind of hating to hate at this point, and it makes me sad, because I'm like, a bunch of us grew up with that film, and you can't sit here and look at me and say you weren't a young teen debating if you were lesbian or not after watching that makeout scene, and then ended up falling in love with that movie. Like,
yeah.
It's like art versus artist.
I have to say, I don't know if you guys like are in not into Criterion, but like have watched a lot of movies or like the Criterion channel, but there's a channel, like Criterion movies are what I'm pretty sure is like very highly regarded movies. Like Rosemary's Baby has a Criterion release. Like Uncut Gems just got one. And they put Jennifer's body on the Criterion channel for Halloween time. Like, that's, you know, it's saying something, I think. People like this movie, and it's like people just, you know, like to hate on stuff just to hate it. I'm not saying you can't like this movie. You can not like it all you want, but like, I feel like a lot, like the trend within, especially the horror community, maybe the movie community, is like going after people for liking something. It's not just, oh, you like it? Okay, it's you're stupid. You shouldn't like that. Yada, yada, yada. Like, it's, I've heard it a lot. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's cancel culture coming to its light, and I feel like there's bigger things in life to truly cancel, other not people's like dislikes. Like, for example, I absolutely fucking hated Halloween Kills, but am I gonna sit there and drag somebody over? No, I'm happy that person walked out of that movie and enjoyed it. Like, I'm happy for you. Like, I didn't want to walk out there and feel that way. Like, I remember Destiny and I were like low-key like sad and reached out to each other after we walked out, because we didn't get the hype that everybody did, and like I was so upset. Like, I wanted love because 2018 was like above and fucking beyond. Like, it just, chef's kiss. So walking out that disappointed, it's like sometimes like people are literally walking out disappointed, and I'm gonna be the one person that was like literally upset. I didn't want to be a part of that crowd. I fucking love Halloween, and hearing so many people loving it, like I'm happy for them. Like good for you. Like I'm glad it's in your top 10. Like if you love it, go ahead. And then there's some people that she has no taste. He has no taste. No, we just don't see eye to eye, and that's okay.
Exactly. Period.
Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
If me and Victoria can be friends, her being a Halloween Michael Myers lover and me being a Michael Myers hater, there I said it on the internet.
There I said it.
Wait a minute.
There I said it. Yeah, hold on. This is my first time hearing this, I think.
Wait, you don't like Michael Myers?
They're no longer friends
Just
after
out
the
of
stream.
End the stream. Dead ass. Put the camera.
Stop it. This is something new I've heard. Stop. Pause. Explain. I'm actually intrigued. You don't like Michael Myers?
Yeah, I
Out
want to
of
hear
like
about it.
the
For real.
classic like slashers, he is definitely my least favorite. I
hear that a lot,
find
actually.
The least interesting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, like I'm into Freddy. If that
I can
tells
see
you
that
anything.
though.
You know,
Okay,
he like
that's fair.
talks shit. He won't shut the fuck up ever. And you know, he's like very interesting. He has a lot to say.
No, I actually like. I'm really intrigued that you share this because I don't hear. A girl I'm not friends with anymore. Was a really like dead ass like big fan of Freddy, and I feel like that doesn't come around a lot. So I like have so much like love and appreciation when people are like a Freddy lover versus like Michael or Jason or so on. So I give you props, but I'm like shocked that low key that you're not a fan, but like that's your least favorite. But
I'm afraid to look at the comments.
People are here for you. There's 3 people in the
Oh,
comments.
Gabe,
yeah.
I'm here for the Michael's hate.
I was gonna ask
Yeah.
if Gabe
Love
was still
it.
here because I know Gabe is like Freddy's his number 1, and he is still here.
Yes.
He says, "I'm here for the Michael Myers hate."
Me and
people
you,
are
Gabe.
rooting for you.
I don't know. It's not that I absolutely hate him. I found a little bit more like for him in like the last couple movies, even though I didn't love Halloween Kills. I liked 2018 a lot. But out of like the classic slashers, I'd put him last like every time.
I think Dead Meat also feels that way. James A. Janice from Dead Meat. I think he also likes Michael Myers the least.
Yeah,
It's
he
like-
said like going through the
Yeah.
movies, it's just like repetitive.
Halloween is the least watchable series, even though I think Michael Myers is my favorite, like, you know, of those 3 in general. Halloween series definitely has the least amount of movies that are watchable. I can watch all the Friday the 13th. I can watch all the Nightmare on Elm Streets, but Halloween's, I'm like, God damn, this movie is bad. Some of
I'm
them.
like the opposite.
Yeah.
I rather
Like-
watch any like Halloween, like Scream and Halloween. Those are like
Oh, Scream, yeah.
my
Scream is
top
amazing.
2. And out of the big 3, Michael Myers is my favorite. He's been my favorite since I was like 4 years old, like since I was a little girl. Like I've been obsessed with Halloween.
Mhm.
But for me, like I could watch any Halloween movie probably over like any of the other franchise. Like you could pick any random Halloween movie and I'll probably choose that over like whatever else.
Here's
just
my
love
hot
Halloween.
take. Here's my Halloween hot take. I don't like Halloween 6.
Damn. I do.
And
Shookness.
that's the
Here,
end
I
of
got
it.
you.
And that's the end of it. That's my hot take of the day.
Here, I got you. I think Halloween 5 is trash.
Oh my god, y'all are hurting
This is
my
just-
heart.
This is just
Y'all
a
are hurting
Halloween hot
me.
takes episode now.
If it tells you anything, my favorite Halloween is 3.
Period.
You know that it's a really good movie. I really do love Halloween 3.
I think that speaks for itself.
Halloween Resurrection is a better movie than Halloween 6.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Period. Period. No. Everybody fucking hates on Resurrection. I don't understand why. I think it's such pure ass. But I will die on that train. That movie goes hard. I don't care. I don't care.
It goes hard. And I'm gonna get canceled now after that. But I
don't give a fuck.
based
That
on
movie,
how
you know it's
many
fucking
times
good.
I can rewatch it. I've seen Halloween 6 a few times. Director's cut, whatever cut. I'm like, this movie's bad. Like, I don't like this movie. I like Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
He's
If
pretty
I like
brutal.
if I'm having like a day where I want to watch like a bad movie, like I want to enjoy a bad movie, my number 1 go-to is always Halloween Resurrection.
Yeah, like
I
it's
have seen
not a
that
good
movie
movie, but I like
a
it.
lot.
I can watch it.
There's
Halloween
Tony in the
6.
comments. I'm so surprised.
Yeah, Tony.
I know my
Resurrection.
thumb keeps getting in the way, but someone was like, fuck Resurrection. I understand the hate. I do. I really, really do.
It's like the
but
leprechauns
Not
in
the
the
movie.
hood of Halloween.
I'd like to point out because we have one viewer right now.
it's
They've
like
left. They're like,
leprechauns in
fuck
space.
this.
I
And
don't
I'm just
care.
sitting here just.
Please tell me
I don't
somebody
care.
has seen Leprechaun in Space.
No, I've seen
No.
the first one.
Oh
the
my
first
God.
Leprechaun, and no, I can't. I cannot put myself through the rest of them. I used to love Leprechaun growing up.
Leprechaun in the Hood is really, honestly, it's fire. If I'm
Yes.
Normalize
is.
liking bad movies. This is my stance for today. Normalize bad movies being good.
Yes.
Hello, Jaws 3. Jaws 3 is one of my favorite movies just to watch, just to put on. It since I wanted to be either a marine biologist or
Period.
a fucking dolphin trainer because
Period.
of Jaws 3. Like, I was about to base my career off of this fucking movie.
You
I
definitely give me
love
you give me Dolphin Girl vibes for sure.
She's in the hallway like,
I used to want a dolphin themed bedroom. I never got it, but I wanted it so bad.
You know what? To
I
be
love
fair,
you should rebrand. Dolphin
Rebrand
slut.
right now.
Night of the
listen, to
Living
be
Dolphin.
fair, the dolphin that was named after me died last year, and I'm pissed.
Oh my god.
How dare
She
you?
had
saw that.
she was a no fin girl, and she died, and her name was Winter. I'm pressed.
I saw her when I was like 11. I went to that aquarium just to see
She
her.
was a no-fin girl.
No, you know, not to get off topic, but my gripe with that movie,
I'm gonna rename this stream once it goes live, I think.
the whole fucking movie is like this dolphin learning how to use her tail. You know where that tail was when I went and visited her? In a fucking display case. Like a sealed display case. You don't use that shit.
You just know that thing stank, bro.
Oh my god.
That bitch got swamp tail.
She got swamped. Not the swamp tail.
Literally. Fuck off.
Oh my god. Dude, my toe was pulsating.
That's
Okay,
when she talks about
I
dolphins, her toe starts to pulse.
It's pulsating.
I totally vouch for next stream. You just talk about shitty things.
Oh yeah, that's definitely
I
the
can't
next
get over the swamp tail.
Can the dolphins see the display case? Because that would be messed up.
No.
Fucked up.
It's like
I
down.
don't think so.
Oh my god.
Ooh, that was a good one. Holy shit. Ooh.
It's everyone
was
talking
good.
about what we're supposed to be talking about in the comments.
Like, we're literally the kids in the back of the class, and the teacher's like, all you need is shut the fuck up. But we keep looking at each other and start fucking laughing.
Oh my god, yeah, next stream for sure is definitely gonna be shitty movies, and I'm probably just gonna rename this stream.
This
So,
whole stream, just like redo it.
Don't watch this video. If you watch this
Please.
video, you're cursed.
You're cursed. You're cursed. Get away from
Anyways,
us.
Oh my god.
Till death.
Till Death. Yes, we gotta move on to the next
Dolphin.
film, Till Death, which is another amazing Megan Fox movie. And I will be the one to say it. I feel like her role in Jennifer's Body, I feel like it kind of came out again in this film a little bit.
Yeah. I like
Just
this
a
one
little
a lot. Honestly. She's like, I know there's other characters in it, but she's mainly one of the only actors in it for a large portion of it. And I think she really does a good job with being the only one on screen for a big part of it.
Yeah.
And she's smart.
Yeah.
I love when final girls are actually think and don't just run off screaming and hope to God they don't catch them. She's actually calculated in the things she does.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, she is so smart. She's always thinking of a way to get out. She checks all like the right spots, and when like she's put in danger, she like is like doing shit that I didn't even think of. I was like, oh fuck! I was like, what is she doing? That makes a lot of sense that she's doing that.
I'd be
I
dead.
thought she was
Anything
great.
like that, I'm dead. Like,
I'm dead.
that's it.
And like, I'm pretty sure like she had to drag around like a real person. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, there's no way that that was
Right.
like fake. Like looking at him, like there's no way. And if she's like actually having to drag around that grown ass man, that's fucking great because my back would be hurting so bad. Like you
I
cannot
would give
pay me to
up.
do this.
Like,
I know. I'd be like, just kill me now.
Just kill me.
yeah, right.
The only thing I wish is like she does like she looks like really pretty the whole movie.
Yeah.
You know, I want her to be like dirtier. Like I want her to like her hair to be like fucked up, or like I wish she was like covered in blood, not
Yeah.
just like a little
Yeah.
bit on her face. Like I wish like her hair was like
Right.
everywhere because there's like blood everywhere. I thought like that would
be
be
washed
cool.
it off. It was like, oh, your makeup's still underneath.
Oh, it's
Right.
you're still like perfect.
Got it.
And like the Jennifer's Bodies like interview, she said like she likes being covered in like blood and puke and shit and like all that nasty stuff. And like I want her to like be like gross, bloody, like
Yep.
a mess. Like I
Got
wanted
it.
her to like scream more. I feel like she didn't scream a lot.
Definitely.
There's like those scenes where she was kind of like yelling at her dead husband, which I loved. I thought it was fucking hilarious. I just want her to be like more like guttural, like
I mean, I guess
maybe
to be
more
fair,
feral.
she didn't really like him in the end, so she was probably like, I don't care.
Right.
I do
You
agree
are
she
dumb.
messed up a little bit.
Yeah. And I liked the way it happened because like going into the movie, like I don't think it was a spoiler at all that her husband shoots himself because like
Yeah.
that was like everywhere for it and stuff. And I was like, okay, like cool, we know a big plot point of
This
the
shook
movie.
me. I don't know why. I don't think I expected it when I watched it. I was like, oh god.
It happened so fast and
Yeah.
so early on into the movie, and I was like, oh damn, like what else is gonna happen? And then you find out. And I thought it was smart because they place stuff in the beginning of the movie that is such a huge deal in the end. And it's like I did the necklace. I was just like, oh,
Yeah.
he got her
Yeah.
ugly fucking necklace, whatever.
Yeah, right.
And then at the end, it's like those are the diamonds. I was like, shit, that is
Damn.
not good.
Definitely. I agree. Overall, I'll give it like a 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
I think my only problem is I felt like the ending kind of lagged. Like I wanted more to happen instead of her just like, dangling up on the ice and shit. But like, I wanted her to kind of like literally escape and then maybe get killed off later on. I just felt like there was enough going on. So I think overall it was a strong movie. I think she did great. I like what Mia said, with being, like strong final girl and stuff like that and whatnot. But again, the ending kind of took a couple points from me because it just felt kind of dead and dry.
Yeah. There's a lot of I like it gets a lot of the points from me just from like what I said. She's does really good at acting without having to say anything. There's a lot of tense scenes in there. Like especially there's one where there's two men on either side of her and she's trapped in between them and she like again, spoiler, I don't know. She sets off the car alarm to like get away from them. And I think that I would not think of that. Like I said, I'd be dead. That would be it.
I'd be
Yeah.
dead. I'd be laying in that fucking snow.
But she's smart, like Mia was saying again.
Very smart. And what else was I gonna say? Oh god.
It's
Oh, you know what kind of bothers me? That like the fucking cover of it is the ending of the movie.
Yeah.
I was like, it's a cool like poster and all, but like that's the end of the movie. Like once you get to the ice, you're like, oh, I probably know how this is gonna play out if you've seen the poster.
They should have done like a wedding photo or something or like even a bloody veil.
Yeah, I love the poster for like the art for like Netflix because they have it like it's whenever they go to stab her and she like gets the frame of them and like holds it up, in which I love that scene. I thought that was great. I just like seeing like stab and someone like I don't know whether it be like a fucking hand, a picture, something like just catching the stab. I love that, but I really like the artwork for Netflix. I'm like, see, that's a good poster because it's not really showing you too much of what's happening. I wish they would have done something differently with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. That's a good
I'd
point to
also
bring up.
give it like a 4 out of 5. But I think my thing, I'm all about like character development, and I felt like for as important as a character as like the pretty much the guy trying to assassinate her was, I felt like they should have went a little more like in depth with what happened before. Because it's like, yeah, you find out like, oh, he tried to like rob her or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she like, you know, took his eye out pretty much. But it's like, that's all we know. And it's like, he has like such a hard vengeance against her. And it's, I don't know. I felt like they could have went a little further with that, even like go through like some flashbacks and stuff. But they didn't really give you that much of him.
Also, kind of messed up that like, yeah, they didn't have a good marriage clearly, but like he was gonna have her killed by like the same guy that robbed her. Like, men are trash.
Literally, I'm like, dude.
And he was the
Divorce?
abusive one, right?
No, not divorce. You're dead.
You're dead.
Yeah.
You're dead. And it
Yeah,
sucks.
and
'cause,
yeah,
like,
he was the abusive one. Yeah, they touched on that.
yeah. And like some men really think like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like all these like true crime stuff, they're like, oh, I couldn't divorce. I'm like,
Why?
you could have. You killed someone. You didn't want to tarnish your reputation. Well, you're in prison for murder.
Like, oh, it's against my religion to get divorced, so I'm gonna kill my wife.
That fucking case of the guy that kills his wife and his kids and then leaves and like cuts all of his like himself out of all the pictures in the house, and he left like the lights on and he turned the AC all the way down, so people thought they were still home and they already weren't like social, so like, oh, they're just like in their house, because they had like he had music playing too. And then finally like the light bulb started going out because they had been on for so long. And they go over there and check, and his entire family is fucking dead because he killed them. And finally, he was caught because someone was watching, like, America's Most Wanted. And it was like, hey, that looks like our ex-neighbor. Damn. And it was him. And he wasn't caught for, like, a long-ass time. He had a new family and everything. He was old when they caught him.
Yeah.
Like, it went on for so long. Like, and it's because of his religion. And because, like, they were losing a bunch of money. Like, so
you killed him?
Fucking family.
Yeah, I guess your religion is cool with you committing murder.
Literally.
Yeah, like that's
just
worse than divorce.
Worse than divorce. Love it.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we should definitely do a true crime one as well one week, because I want to talk about. Oh my God, what's his name? His first name's like Chris, and there was a Netflix documentary.
Chris Watts. Yep.
Yep, Watts.
That
Watts.
man.
Oh my God.
Fucking boils my blood.
I hate him.
I feel like I've disgustingly done so much research on that family. I could literally write a fucking book. It's wild because like I remember, I will never forget it being on TV, and I crept on her Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh.
And his Facebook was still active.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's not. They took it down like around the time the Netflix thing had came out. I don't know if anyone has watched like the full trial, because like it didn't get put into the documentary, which kind of blew me. I feel I should have put the whole trial in it, because it's hard to get through. But so fun fact, if anyone doesn't know, that girl that he was messing with is still in contact with him. She actually got in trouble for writing him notes in prison, and she's still in love with him.
Ew.
And he thinks he found God, and God's going to save him from murdering his kids. And he's still like here.
That woman is sus. Always has been.
Yep.
Oh, easily.
Like, I'm gonna go to the police station and be like, oh, by the way, I think something happened to his wife and kids. Like, really?
Oh, come on now.
You know.
Stupid.
The text messages were obvious, and like I don't know more obvious could it be, but I also think it's kind of weird. Like, I just feel like she could have been under so much more investigation, because how are you going to write him notes in prison as of recently and you get in trouble for it, and they literally just like dropped it like a cold case? Like, I'm sorry, but like I would investigate her because you're literally
Mhm.
in love with a fucking murderer.
Yeah, like you're
Right.
done.
Yep.
It kind of
So-
scares me that primarily women are the ones that like reach out to male serial killers, like
Yeah.
obsessed
Yep.
with them, like
Y'all
in
are
love
weird.
with them, and I'm like, girl, you need help.
Not
Like,
even
you
just
need
weird.
help.
self-worth.
Express it.
When Charles Manson was still alive, you could still write him letters in prison. I
Yeah.
remember like the link was still up and everything. You could still write to him and such like that. And I'm sorry, but I'm not saying nobody can't, but I'm sorry, but like that shouldn't be a thing for certain people. Like
Yeah.
you should not be able to write to them because people literally get fascinated by that, might use it for clout, or they just get
Mhm.
off on it like weirdos. And I'm like, let them bitches just stick to getting horny off documentaries like a freak ass and not be able to write to them.
Like a freak ass.
I'm
Like
in like a few true crime groups, and like I've seen people post letter responses they've gotten from serial killers,
Damn.
and I'm like, I get you're interested in like the psychology, but why reach out to them and give them that satisfaction of
Yep.
like you caring that much to write them a letter and send it to them?
Yeah. Like that's just gonna,
It's-
people still care
yeah.
about me.
It's like admiration at that point. You're admiring a sick fuck. So I can't get down with that shit.
I agree. I don't know. I just feel like that doesn't get talked about enough, especially when it comes to like the police side. Like, why are certain things allowed? Like, I feel like strangers should not be able to write to murderers and stuff like that because it's just like you're, like you said, giving them the satisfaction. I'm like, and you're literally giving them an opportunity. And theoretically, let me just put this in the universe. Imagine that person getting out early on good terms,
Mhm.
and you wrote to them and you didn't want anything out of it. You just did it out of your own stupid will, and they go after you.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the fuck
What
I
is
was
your
thinking.
plan?
Yes.
What is
New
your-
movie plot. Let's direct it.
There we go.
I agree.
Like, why would you want to give them
Netflix,
that
what's up?
option? That isn't.
Yeah.
And like another thing I really
Mhm.
don't like is like I do not like serial killer merchandise.
I hate
Yeah, everyone's weird. Like, I just don't get it. Like, what goes through your head with like things like that and things, you know what? This isn't sick at all. Like,
And
people
it's-
died. I don't get it.
No, I really don't like it, and it kind of sucks because like when I go to horror conventions, I do see a lot.
Definitely.
Really?
Yes, I
Oh,
want to see
yeah,
like
same.
Yeah, I
Same.
just wanna
There's
be like,
a lot of
There's somebody I
there's a
know
lot of
personally that has like a pretty popular shop.
I know who you're
all
talking
I'll say.
about.
And they sell a lot of that stuff, and I'm like, I'd love to support you, but I can't because I don't want to buy something with a bunch of serial killers on it, because like that's kind of glorifying them. If I go
Yeah, what the hell?
to like these conventions and like a fucking t-shirt that has like somebody that took somebody's life for no reason, and it's like it just
Yeah.
makes me feel kind of icky, and I'm like, I
Definitely.
would never buy that stuff, even if it wasn't like the money wasn't going to them. It still feels weird.
Yeah.
nope. Like
Right.
fake stuff, yeah. Horror stuff, yeah. Have your Michael, have your Jason, have whatever. But like for me, when it comes to like real stuff, I'm like, I don't want people that get tattoos.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
When people were getting like the Ted Bundy like bite.
And like
Yeah.
mug shots. Like,
Yeah, like
yeah,
I want you to sit in front of the
mugshot
victims'
tattoo.
families. Sit in front of the victims' families and tell them why you love Ted Bundy.
Right.
Do it.
I
happened?
can't say who it is. We could talk about it after. But I am friends with somebody who literally has a portrait of one on their body and is literally convinced like they did nothing wrong.
Oh my god.
Literally,
I
like
love-
literally
No,
convinced.
that's
And I'm like,
Chris Watts has a huge following of women that are like, oh, he didn't do it, even though he literally said multiple times that he
Even
said-
though he
exactly.
Like I did it.
Insane.
like, why are you
insane
trying to
with
defend him?
wife. Exactly. And saying his wife drove him insane. Like, I'm sorry, but in marriages, you drive everybody insane.
Yeah,
like,
I feel
I'm pretty
bad
sure I
for
drive my
their
husband insane.
partners.
I'm pretty sure it's vice versa, but I'm not going to be like, yeah, let me just go yeet him really quick because it's pissing him off. Like, what the fuck? No.
That's why breaking up is an option. Divorce is always an option. It's
Literally.
like, I wonder how these women's like if they have husbands, I wonder how their husband feels. Like, oh, that's totally okay if your partner drives you that much crazy that you go and hack them to death. Go ahead.
And if he's okay with it, divorce.
Yeah.
Leave him.
It makes me wonder if it's the money factor. Like, I know this is random, but like, obviously, like, it depends on the person, but like, divorce is really fucking expensive, and getting the lawyer. And I feel like sometimes, and I'm not trying to sound like sexist, but since we're like on a male subject, like, sometimes it makes me wonder, like, do you think you're just gonna get out of it, murder them, think you're gonna completely escape? Like, you're wrong. And like, that's the thing with Chris, like, it really makes me wonder, like, did everything drive you insane, and the fact that you were going to have to go through all this financial stuff because both of you together were financially good, so you thought killing everybody and just playing stupid for as long as you can is going to be the fucking answer? Because again, like, you knew his body language was off, and I will always touch light on this, like, when the police came in and were looking at the garage cameras, and then there was the commercial of the fetus. Dude. And obviously, like, he was like, his body language was off because she was pregnant. Like, that right then and there, that part should have easily sold the cop immediately. He was shaky. Like, as soon as he saw the fetus, it was like, oh yeah, by the way, she was pregnant. No. Yeah. Like, you just sold yourself.
Now, Dave actually brought up a good point. He said, what if you get a tattoo of Zac Efron as Ted Bundy and not Ted Bundy exactly? I think that opens up a whole other can of worms, because it's like, it's representative of Ted Bundy, so I feel like it's kind of in the same category. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I feel like it's kind of the same.
A little bit, yeah. And I also feel like, too, like, you could confuse some people, like, into today. Like, they might think that's not Zac Efron and it is Ted Bundy. Like, there's some people who literally don't know that. You know, like, I'm not saying they're stupid, but there is people who just aren't educated at that extent that think that is him. So, I
feel like anything that, like, represents them is kind of, it falls in, like, the no category.
Yeah.
It's like Richard Ramirez tattoos, like, his bite marks and stuff, and, like, it's representative of him, and
he wasn't attractive. I'm just gonna say that. I don't understand the hype on that, because literally that man was
something about being a devil worshiper, like, has women, like, going crazy for some reason. I don't get it.
Disgusting. He's absolutely. I look at him and I'm just like, really?
Are you people
this
sure?
This is what y'all were pining over. Look at his mouth.
Yep.
Look at him.
Like, piranha teeth. Like, that's fucking terrifying. That's not cute. That is scary as fuck.
Piranha 2.
And to think, like, some of these people did stuff to children. And it's like, you're still, like, sexualizing them. It's disgusting.
Very weird. I would say no Ted Bundy, Zac Efron tattoo.
Yeah, the answer is no.
Just get him as a different role. Get him from fucking Firestarter.
High School Musical.
Get him from High School Musical.
High School Musical with the bangs and the basketball, baby.
Yes.
It's funny. My school is actually the Wildcats.
Oh my god, that's cool.
Oh my god, that was my cheerleading team, was Wildcats.
I loved it, and our colors were white and red. I was like, oh my god,
cool.
High School Musical.
Period. The film at your school, jeez. It's like they wrote a whole play about it.
In fucking bumfuck Texas, they just shot High School Musical. That would be amazing. It'd be like, yeah, you may live like here, but High School Musical is filmed here, so we have nothing cool like that. There's absolutely nothing going on here.
I think there's videos online of people that go to that school. It's kind of cool, and like I think Sharpay's mirrors or her lockers are still pink.
Oh my god. I would fight someone to have those.
Okay.
We also didn't have lockers. Just did not have them.
What?
Yeah. it's like in junior high they had them, but we weren't allowed to use them. And then in high school there were none at all.
Whack.
I'll bring up a wild story. I can't say the name, but I went to junior high with somebody, and he would always bring a Mountain Dew with him. And obviously there was something wrong. That man had a knife in his backpack and pulled out his locker and said, if you drink my Mountain Dew because his friend took it, I will stab you right now. He was expelled immediately. I've never been so fucking scared in my life. I'm like, over a Mountain Dew can.
Over a Mountain Dew?
A regular Mountain Dew.
That's me, but with like iced coffee though.
And he was brand new. And he was brand new. Like he had just registered and came in. I'm like, get him the fuck out. No.
He was not fucking around. He said, I will kill you. Do not fuck with me. We had someone like that came to the school, and he would tell people how he used to choke babies with like shoelaces. And then not trying to be mean, but one day in high school, my fear is a shooting. I'm not shooting, always.
Yeah.
In high school, every day, I was like, is today the day? And then one day, he got on the fucking stage in the cafeteria, and he started screaming. You know what I did?
Ran.
I ducked.
Yeah, that's
I
smart.
felt so bad because he was talking about the media club that they were having after school. And I was like, you can't play with me like that. I was like, I don't want to be rude, but like...
But like duck. Like
he said some sketchy shit before about killing babies with shoelaces, and he said he came from an insane asylum.
Oh
and God. I believed him. I believed him. Every word he said, I was like, yep. No, I would smile. Anytime he walked by me, smile. Like, so this guy, I never said a word to him, but I was like, he will like me. Because hopefully one day he will spare me in case anything happens. I don't know where he is now, but...
Probably a serial killer.
I hope he's not near me, because he really did scare me.
Definitely.
This kid in my TV production class in high school, it was like after we did our assignments, we had free time to do whatever on the computer. And he, in his free time, would watch detail count, like second by second footage of school shootings. And he would memorize when this shit happened and stuff. He'd be like, look, like right now, like the gunner's gonna come in here. And I'm like, what the fuck is this kid on right now?
Y'all
like,
are weird.
I was like,
yo,
did you friends with this kid? Because like hopefully you text me like
don't come to school.
Yeah, don't come to school tomorrow.
No, literally.
Did you snitch?
No, I was fucking scared to snitch because then he would have really shot up.
I would have been like, you know what? I got a doo-doo, BRB, snitch easily.
I got a doo-doo.
Yes, and just snitch, and I would call out of school and be like, listen, this kid might potentially shoot up the school, and I'm not trying to die, so I'm going to be out of school for like 24 hours.
He had he had some problems because like he would like go out of school for months and then come back. I think he would like go away to like somewhere to get like mental health and then come back.
Rippy socks vacation.
Yeah, exactly.
Did y'all ever have like those like alerts at school? Like, did y'all ever have people threatening to like shoot up the school?
We had bomb threats at my school.
We had a bomb threat, and oh my God, I will not forget this day because my aunt dropped me off, and she was like, "Hey, be careful! There was a bomb threat." I was like,
"And you're dropping me off?
Are you telling me this now, and you're making me go?" And guess what that day was? It was a Friday, and there was a fucking pep rally. I said, what better place than set off a bomb than the fucking pep rally when everyone's there? I was like, and I did not want to go. I didn't want to go to the fucking pep rally. I was like, this is not happening here.
Pep rallies.
We had bats in our school one time too.
Our pep rallies were always mandatory. And I would like dread going. I'm like, please, dear God, why do I have to go to this dumbass pep rally right now? And like, I was paranoid in high school. I watched true crime in high school. And I'm like, there's been bomb threats here. There's been threats of school shootings. Do you think I'm going to go to the pep rally where the whole entire school is going to be in one gymnasium?
Yeah.
Literally. There was also clown threats at our school. When like in 2016, when all the clown shit, there was clown threats at our school. People were saying that they were going to show up to our school in fucking clown masks and start like shooting up the place. So again, we were put under lockdown. afraid that we were gonna see fucking clowns, and I was
For
like,
real.
"Are you kidding me? I'm just
That
trying to
was-
learn."
That was such whack ass shit when I remember that. I'm like, we had a whole year where people were going around threatening people dressed as clowns. Like, that
Yeah,
really
What the
happened.
hell?
There was like a whole event supposed to happen here in like 2016 with like a bunch of people that were gonna dress up as clowns and like kill people.
Yes, I only ever saw one person, and my mom was taking me to my boyfriend's house at the time. And I remember she was driving, and I was like looking, and this person passes us wearing a clown mask. And she looked at me, she's like, "Did you see that?" I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, because that was like the first instance of me seeing someone dressed up as a clown, like out and about, and I was like, "Oh god, it's happening!
It's happening. Here it goes.
Here it goes! Everyone's gonna wear a clown mask." I thought it was gonna be like the Purge, but just clown mask instead.
Right.
Crazy times,
Right?
I know.
So we are coming up on an hour and a half here. I don't know what you guys want to do
Yeah.
from here, but we have discussed most Megan Fox movies.
Yes, I'm totally fine if everyone wants to wrap up here. But I know we kind of got off task, but I feel like everyone kind of enjoys when people do that because everyone's been kind of chiming in.
I
which
think
I
next
appreciate.
week for sure, like Winter said, because I'm hopefully we're all gonna do next week again. Don't know what day,
Yes.
but we should do like bad movies that we like.
Yeah.
Probably.
Agreed. I'm down.
I am
with
down.
that.
Hell yeah.
I am down.
So down.
Oh wait, quickly. Brett has a question. Not me.
Not me.
I
feel
like to
like
think
her.
I would.
the the only reason why I'm gonna vouch for myself is because like I will beat somebody's ass. Like, and if I have an opportunity to like defend someone, just like yeet you in the face, that's fine. But I would say me, but I would try to like protect everybody if that makes sense. Like I could imagine us four being in a purge, and I could imagine easily Destiny just being like, you know what, I gotta go, and she just completely dips the group, and we're like, what the fuck, man? So she goes missing, and we all just try to survive. Like I easily could see it. But I would say me too.
Winter is always the person that walks in first.
Listen, I can be all talk, but I won't sit here and act like I didn't cry at a haunted house last year.
Okay.
I've been there.
Like
No shame.
I literally, it was the night before my wedding, and we went, and as soon as we got in, everything was black, and this guy was just like all scary and stuff, and I just started crying. I was like, I don't want to go, I don't want to go, I don't want to do that. There's flashing lights, like you can't see, like nothing, and I'm already blind as fuck as it is. So like I was so scared, and my shoe was unlaced, and I couldn't tie it until the very end. So I was tripping the whole time, and I'm like, if I fall into somebody and like they jump out and scare me, I will piss my pants right now. But yeah, I don't like haunted houses. I will say that I don't like them. The one that I went to was not that bad, but I won't forget crying in the beginning.
I'd like to think I would, sir. I mean, I know I said not me, but I feel like I would mostly just hide out in a spot that like wasn't like I wouldn't intentionally go out looking to fight somebody. Like I would probably find somewhere to hide and just stay there. And it's only like 12 hours, so I mean,
Yep. I would
like
go to my mom's house
by hiding.
I would
I'm
take
pretty
all my
good at
knives
hiding.
to my
Yeah.
mom's house.
Yeah.
And I would be like on guard, like second story looking out, like creeping.
Right?
And I would stab someone if I had to. Definitely.
Yeah.
I just like give me a reason to fucking lose my shit. Like give me a reason.
Exactly. Like
right?
The opportunity is there, say less. But I will be honest and say the first purge does kind of scare me low key.
Yeah.
It does.
There's a question for Winter.
Oh.
Winter, do you enjoy Malort? No. No, I'd rather eat cat shit than taste Malort again. Malort is literally a bomb of ass in a shot glass. Like I don't know. No. So hopefully that answers. If you do, great. I don't know what the fuck your taste buds are, but for me, is ass. No.
Ass.
Gabe said
Nice.
nobody from Chicago likes it.
Yep. And then my friend Rachel says this: no one enjoys it.
Exactly. Like
It
I
serves
have a
its
friend
purpose.
I have a friend who does, and I'm like, "Are you okay?" Like it tastes like really bad. I don't like it. No. So, nobody from Chicago. Exactly. Exactly.
Cody's
But
asking what it is.
it's
This is
I
me.
don't know if it's a vodka or like a whiskey. I can't like, but it's like the most disgusting liquor ever. And the whole point of it is pretty much it's like you don't drink it and you don't mix it with anything. Like people just take a shot of it. Like it tastes so fucking disgusting. There's no possible way it could be mixed with like a soda or anything. It's like for shits and giggles. And whoever created it literally must have ate dick cheese because that's really what it fucking is. And it's disgusting.
Oh, fuck, Winter.
You're gonna make me
It's
throw up with that.
disgusting.
Not
They say
dick cheese.
cocktail.
Nasty.
Luckily, Good Real Hunting is saying it's kind of like what we have coming up as well. We're going to be part of Good Real Hunting's 666 trivia along with Flopbuster. Kind of like they did a trivia night not so long ago with Slashers. Destiny and Mia were on there. And then on the 22nd as well, we're going to be on Flet Libs to talk about, I believe it's 2010's horror, also with Flopbuster. And I don't know if it's all of Good Real Hunting or just Brett, but either way, we're all going to be on there. May 22nd, it's going to be fun. Now that we're on YouTube, it's a lot of fun. And there was also another, I don't know how I can scroll. Okay. There's another comment here I wanted to address because someone asked. Where'd it go? Here it is. Okay. So Cody Snyder says, when are Super Chats going to be up? And I believe that's where people can donate money to ask a question. And Good Real Hunting says that comes when we hit 1,000 subscribers. So if y'all want to subscribe and tell your friends, maybe we can get them.
Yes.
And then we'll have
That
a
would be
party.
great.
For real.
So, pizza party.
We'll figure it out. Figure out a way.
So I think that's going to be it for tonight, but we'll be back next week. We'll probably announce a day. I don't know. I think Tuesdays work for me so far, so we'll go from there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm down for next Tuesday.
Hell
But,
yeah.
thank you for everybody who is tuning in. And
Yes.
have a great night. And thanks for joining us for our first YouTube.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
It's working out. I like this format a lot. I mean, I know I glitched out in the beginning, but it works better.
Shit happens.
Yes.
All right.
All right, everybody. Have a good night, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.